So I have. Do you guys? Can I just show you guys some weird stuff?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Are you kidding?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love seeing weird
The
stuff.
best stories start this way.
Yeah.
Like
And it's
pretty much
usually
the plot.
Kathleen too.
Yeah, and it's the entire plot of Take on Me. So, yeah.
Yeah, I will never forget the anglerfish with which opened. I just rewatched this the other day, which opened with, "This isn't a challenge. I just really want to do this." That is the phrase that I always look for from Kathleen. This isn't a challenge. I just want to do this.
I hope I can channel some of that chaotic energy, but this is somewhat indulgent a little bit. Oh, where'd it go? So this is ridiculous. I'm used to looking at a big list of submissions that have come in from people. I'm like, I am so good at using the system because this is the system for playing requests on my home stream, but I can't flag them here like I can on my home stream for quick retrieval. So now I'm trying to read it. Ah, yes. For any music enthusiast in particular, Kathleen, I've heard challenging can be used as a descriptor for music, and I'm not totally sure what that means. Can you show us your most challenging music?
Ooh.
I think we as a group of galaxy brains here are going to have to really solve challenging music, but I'm going to start.
Please.
I gave engineering a link. If you want to play it in about 20 seconds, I have selected the granddaddy, literally, because he's like 75, of challenging weird music that only people who are very seriously into music like, and that's Jandek. What does Jandek sound like, you ask? What a great question. He's got 104 albums, so I imagine varied. He's been releasing his own music since the 1970s because no other label could contain his genius.
Oh dear.
I've never heard, I have not necessarily, let's be honest here, I think I've only heard Jandek in discussions of, Jandek, the guy with 1 million albums that's really hard to listen to. So I Googled best Jandek songs, and you know what? There weren't a lot of suggestion lists out there, but I picked the number 2 one from Rate Your Tunes or whatever. This is I Passed By the Building. We're gonna skip to about 20 seconds in. This is the Jandek himself.
Yeah, we'll
This is
just do a
most
short
people's
clip
definition.
Right.
Sounds like the Nick Cage of the music world.
Yeah.
I passed by the building you were working in. I wanted to step inside it. Wanted to lie in your...
Oh, I guess we can talk. That's probably enough, Jandek.
Yeah. That's a very different flavor of challenging than the flavors that I bathe deeply in.
Oh,
But that was fun.
A lot of people get on Jandek for his, I think the term is a rhythmical guitar playing. But, his lyrics are very deep and meaningful if you look at them, according to some Reddit threads that I had to quickly check to find music to play here. But that Jandek is particularly, everybody's like, oh, yes, you want to show how much of, a music anorak you are? Have opinions about Jandek.
What's anorak mean?
Oh, an anorak is British slang for somebody who's really into something. It's like British for weeaboo, essentially. The term comes from standing outside in an anorak to look at trains.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
That was close, but I caught it. You almost got me with that one, Kathleen. Whew.
Anyhow, anybody else got any suggestions for challenging music?
I was thinking more of kind of discussing it a little bit rather than just playing a whole bunch.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I wasn't sure where you wanted to take this here.
I just want to hand it back to the team now.
For me, just talking about it briefly, for me, challenging music is... It's not music that you can put on the background. It's not music that you can generally have mixed in with other stuff. Like, it doesn't work. It doesn't hit. It feels strange. It's music that you have to generally focus on more. Or in the case of some of the stuff that I listen to, there's a certain amount of kind of almost zoning out into the larger wall of sound that's happening kind of thing. I've been going to a lot of stuff where I'm listening to a lot of stuff and kind of very either like aggressive rap stuff, stuff that I've seen people talking about in chat, like stuff like death grips and clipping, or with regards to going like, or Atari Teenage Riot, as somebody just threw in there.
What about 100 gex?
Or heading more into the like hyperpop, chaotic PC music realm of like 100 gex, where the song might be 2.5 minutes long and it changes genres 3 times, kind of thing. Or 3 times is kind of a low number for a 100 gex song, but it's less about, if you listen to just like a single 100 gex song, you're like, okay, that's all right, sure, whatever. But when you kind of listen to it as part of a greater whole, whether it's like a DJ set from one of the Open Pit Presents music festivals that I've been going to, or one of their albums, you start to feel more of the ideas that are being explored and played with across multiple tracks rather than just here as a single song. So part of it ties into that like album unification idea of it, like music that sounds better when listened to as an album. But part of it is, to a certain degree, not necessarily consciously, because I don't know if you can do that, or at least I can't, but letting go of some of kind of the preconceptions that I have about music and just listening to something and being like, okay, I might not have been in the right mood, but when I am in the right mood, when I have the right environment, like, this is incredible. And sometimes the right environment is a chill, sitting in a chair at home with headphones on, and other times it's, the chaos of a live show kind of thing. So like for me, when I say challenging music, I think of a lot of stuff that is an acquired taste. It's stuff that takes repeated listening to get into. It's not necessarily something that you're going to like right away, but oftentimes with music, the dang, how does that Fall Out Boy lyric go? The songs you grow to love aren't the ones that you necessarily listen to first that hit right away. So like, I have been listening to a lot of 100 gex in the last year, but also a whole bunch of other stuff that is even like in that era kind of thing. There's a big genre ball of chaotic, hyper, weird, fun stuff that is just my jam right now. Jacob, you've got an expression.
I'm all right. All right. There we go.
Oh boy.
That's very nice.
Oh my god, engineering, I love you.
Okay. So I got feelings about this.
I'm sorry, I talked too long.
No, not at all. I everything that you said was incredibly interesting. I am interested in this topic. Absolutely. Do I ever want to listen to that again? Not a chance. No. Music affects my mood almost instantly.
Oh, wow.
And that, I use music as a tool to get into the right frame of mind if I need to get into the right frame of mind. And that would be the music that I would listen to if I ever needed to try and tear apart a car with nothing but a tuna. Like, that made me feel a little bit queasy and weird.
Wow.
Because there wasn't anything for me to grab onto. There wasn't any structure for me to grab onto. And the second I started going like, all right, cool, I can get into this tune, it broke it on me. And then he intentionally, or maybe not intentionally, I don't know, cracked their voice and was just like, I'm still trying to calm my heart down from listening to that.
So I'm no Yandex scholar. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, not at all.
Because you
but
said
that was
intentionally or not, but
yeah. I don't know intentionally or not, but that was very interesting, and I would definitely have to be in the kind of mood if I wanted to get the. It seemed like what you were saying, Andrew, is like the gestalt of it. You want to get the overarching feeling, almost the zeitgeistiness after listening to the whole album, instead of picking out these one moments or like listening to one pop song and being like, that song's about that and bop 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 bop. It's an exploration of what the whole thing is.
Yeah, sometimes you can drop in just for a little bit, but it's much more the exploration of the whole thing, and that often means an album, but not always. For me, a lot of the fun comes from the environment and how everything else contributes to it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was starting to go again there, Kathleen.
Oh, I just wanted to say I'm not a Yandex scholar.
Yeah.
But there is the talk that he must be doing it intentionally, because even a broken clock is right twice a day kind of thing. Like, somebody who doesn't know about music is probably more likely to like random into like, more patterns. But I believe later in his career, like once he'd released about 60 or 70 albums, I think his music did take a turn for the more like conventionally structured. But I opted to play one of his early hits.
I would say that it's kind of like, at least with this discussion, being a music connoisseur is kind of like being a cheese connoisseur.
Yeah.
Is that, like, and I want to be very clear, just because I say something isn't for me or I don't like something doesn't mean that I'm ever stopping or pooping on anybody that doesn't like something.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely not. Like, I hate gatekeeping. So if you like it, Mazel Tov. I will sing in your honor. But
it's okay.
It's people that like really like stinky cheese or go after like the weird molds and things like that. Like, that's just not. I immediately know out of that. But people that really, really like it love exploring the complexity of something that would otherwise be. It's finding the pleasantry in the unpleasant, and I think that's an incredibly admirable, cool thing. It is super not for me, and that is not my cup of tea. But I can definitely see how some people would really enjoy exploring this kind of thing.
Jacob, what's your hype up music? What is for you? What do you listen to when you got to get yourself moving for the day?
Banjos.
Banjos?
Yep.
Like bluegrass music?
Yep.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, pretty much bluegrass and like old time blues when I got to get myself like up and going.
Wow.
When I listen to rock or anything, like my mood spikes. So I don't want that. I generally, when I begin the day, I want like a nice, sustainable kind of feeling, because I need to be able to concentrate and deal with everything that I have to deal with. So I usually use like the new Metallica S&M album, S&M 2, fantastic. Is usually what I use to calm down, because I can let myself kind of get hype and then come down off of that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yep.
Do you mess around with that Chris Thiele?
No. But I would love to give him a shot.
Oh, you would, if you like bluegrass and stuff, you would like all of Chris Thiele's work. He is, I think, Molly's favorite musician, and she has shown me everything. Do you know he's what's the scholarship? A genius. He got a MacArthur Genius Grant for being so good at music.
Dang.
Oh.
That's really cool. I also listen to a lot of the Final Fantasy XIV albums, because there's 5 or 6 of them, and I can just play them, and then that's something I'm already used to as background music, so I'm not gonna focus on it. Yep. But it usually helps when I have something playing in the background with no lyrics, so I can do my stuff.
Thank you for immediately giving me an in with banjos there, Jacob, because I can send you a good solid banjo and bluegrass cover of some 100 Gex tunes later. I'm not making this up. It rules.
I will give it a shot. I will absolutely try.
The banjo would lend itself to
works.
Rapidity would lend itself to the 100 Gex music.
Yeah. No,
And
it's
I
really
love-
fun.
And I love covers. I absolutely love covers of pop songs in different genres.
No,
That-
I mean, cover songs are so much fun. I love seeing what different people do with different things there.
Yep. Give me some
There's
toast, 'cause
a-
that's my jam.
There's a Slack that I'm in that in the music channel there is just a pinned thread that is cover songs that has been pinned there I think for like 2 or 3 years now, and we just add cover songs to it every time we find it. So I'm afraid I can't find you that cover right now as I'm on stream. But if y'all want to go, if people in chat want to look that up, it's the Windows Smashing Job Creators, if I recall correctly.
That's a great name.
Hi, folks.
Right? I think they're out of Seattle.
Erica, how's it going?
Well, I was trying to get people's attention to remind people that we have just a few minutes left on our Valhalla giveaway for $9.99. If you donate multiples of that within the next 2 minutes, you can be entered to win a really awesome prize pack that includes the special edition of the game, along with some pins and some plushies. And while doing that, I crashed the bus.
So sorry about that, Erica. We all really got up our own butts.
Yeah, apologies.
I didn't want to interrupt you because you're all having such a good conversation. I was like, I like the music that makes the noises that are nice.
No, you
I
have
want to hear your
interrupt
opinion
us.
after.
Yeah.
Like, Erica, what's your hype up music?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't really have like hype up music. I tend to listen to music a lot as like background more than anything. I don't. I'm trying to figure out how to play this game. Oh,
Oh yeah. I don't remember who the protagonist of Final Fantasy IX was.
9? Zidane.
Zidane.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Sorry, Jacob.
No, it's okay. I actually haven't played 9 yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you haven't played 9?
No, I'm going through 12 right now. But Erica was talking about her music.
Is it A? Nope.
I think you just go to the right.
That's how you change it. And then
Oh.
I feel like I
select
completely threw you under the bus,
So
Erica. But
the left and right arrows let you change them, and then if you hit the B button on the interface, that lets you move over one.
Okay.
Is what I think I remember from a few hours ago.
Perfect. Okay, we got there.
BB.
And then I hit
BB.
whatever start
There we
is.
go.
Yes.
I decided to go
Wonderful.
with who is in fact the best character in Final
I agree.
Fantasy IX.
Agree.
Very agree.
I want Vivi and Smash.
Vivi makes me cry.
Yeah, sorry,
I
we
love
were
them
talking
so
about
much.
music.
We're talking about music.
So I tend to listen to it a lot as background music. And my tastes tend to be very eclectic. I am a huge fan of musicals. Love a good musical. I like anything that tells me a story. So like listening to a good musical telling me my personal favorite is Hadestown. Also, secretly why my cat is named Persephone. And then I also like concept albums quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I really like listening to, Andrew mentioned very briefly Clipping earlier. I'm a big fan of them. I have not listened to their new album yet because I just haven't had, it's the kind of music I need to be in a certain mood to listen to for the first time, and I just haven't, I've been so busy. I haven't been able to sit down and do that yet. But other than that, it just tends to be kind of all over the place. I'm very different from Kathleen in that I tend to be very lyrics focused in my music. If you played me like the tune of a song, I might not recognize it, but play me like 2 words and I'll probably know what it is just from like the opening line.
Yeah, Jacob.
Have you heard Beetlejuice yet? The Beetlejuice musical?
I don't think I have. I should look that up. I'm not going for that bus stop. Not even gonna try it.
Oh dang! I just totally blanked on the name. I had a concept album that I was going to recommend to you because it's the concept album that I recommend to everybody, and it's just right out of my head. It'll come back to me.
When you least expect it.
How about you,
Carrie,
Carrie?
Yeah. What's your hype up music?
My hype up music depends depends on what kind of hype I need, but it could be anything from like Born Gold, which I think, Andrew, you're familiar with them. Yeah.
Heck yeah, Born
They've
Gold's
got
awesome.
some songs that definitely will get me like up and moving.
Yep.
And they were what I considered challenging music, actually, because Daniel does not like them and I do, and I just assumed either I had bad taste or he was not able to get into it for some reason, and that made it challenging. But after hearing Yannick, I'm pretty sure that it does not count as challenging. Let's see. On the other end of things, if anyone here knows the YouTube show Binging with Babish, he uses a bunch of tracks from an artist in LA, I think, who creates just content for free that they put up. They're called Broke for Free, and they tend to have like really upbeat but chill instrumental stuff. So I really like their album Petals, and that's what Binging uses, actually, or Babish uses in his videos for a lot of his background sounds.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I watch a ton of Babish, but I had no idea about any of that. Thank you.
I had come across the artist separately and then realized that's what Binging with Babish was using, and kind of had a low-key freak out. Like,
You're
oh
just
my
like,
gosh, it's there! Yeah. But for challenging music, the most difficult thing I have ever listened to, I'm pretty sure, is actually just an instrument called the apprehension engine or the nightmare machine.
I have to hear it. What is that?
Yeah. Sounds.
It sounds like a horror movie. It sounds like the soundtrack to a horror movie because it's like
Oh.
designed to make the noises for a horror movie. Jacob, just don't. You don't need to.
I'm good.
It's not that good. It's not that interesting.
I'm all right.
You don't need it.
I don't. I believe you.
But both Nightmare Machine and Apprehension Engine are such really cool names.
Yeah.
And I can listen to a lot, but it was tough to listen to. It was not calming. I actually kind of liked the Yandex stuff earlier. I didn't much enjoy the Nightmare Machine. So.
I really appreciated seeing a donation slide by there where somebody had used their donor name to recommend an album.
Nice.
Ha.
Nice.
Oh, what was it?
Fantastic.
What was the album?
It was a Ben Kaplan album, but I forgot the name, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah.
That you like Ben Kaplan, don't you, Jacob?
I do. Very much. Very, very much. Yeah, Ben Kaplan makes me real freaking happy.
Erica,
Mm-hmm.
I remembered that album, and I may have recommended it to you in the past because it's an older album and I repeat myself a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It is Are We Not Horses by Rock Plaza Central.
Okay.
It is an album about mechanical horses that believe that they are real horses and are also involved in a celestial war between good and evil.
I'm into this.
It's awesome.
You send that
Yeah,
to me somewhere so I have it in writing.
Yeah, I'll get it to you after the shift.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. Also, a mechanical horse is a horse. Like it's the form of a horse, even if it's not like flesh and blood.
Mm-hmm.
So what if you had the mind of a horse, but in a non-horse-shaped body? Still a horse or not a horse?
Of course.
I mean, it would believe it's a horse.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless it's Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
Is a horse just a really large and particularly shaped ravioli?
I actually think
Is
it's
a
a kind of
horse
hot
a
dog.
taco?
I honestly no, because like a horse has several openings, so it's not a burrito for sure.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I
And-
guess it's like some sort of weird five-dimensional taco, really.
I think a horse is actually a pizza. Because you put a saddle on it, which means it's only covered on one side. So it's a pizza. The
Okay.
starch is only on the bottom, or in this case on the top. So it's like a pizza you dropped on the floor.
You know what? I'm on board.
Horses are pizza. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's the cube rate of food. There. Or
Yeah.
cube rule of food. It was in chat. It went
Yeah.
by.
I just wanted to. We were going back to horse talk, so I was like, all right. So music to horses to pasta to what else happened today? I don't know.